You can double your money with this NFL strategy. Now, it's not complicated, but you will need access to a couple sports books. And now what this entails is focusing on player props. So what you want to do right off the bat is you want to be able to have access to a couple sports books. Once you have access to a couple sports books, now the fun part starts. What you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to look under the alternate bets. So for example, let's say this works for QB, running backs, receivers, tight ends. You can do it with any of those. What you're going to want to do, first step, is you're going to want to go ahead and look at the alternate lines. This is where everybody struggles right off the bat. They can't find the alternate lines. So you have to find the alternate overs and alternate unders. Because the reason why is because what we're going to do here is we're going to be using both. So, for example, let's just say Tua. You have Tua over 200 passing yards at one sports book for an alternate line. Then you have him under 280 at another sports book for an alternate line. What you want to do here is you want to be able to see the probability of him being able to go over 200 yards and under 280. When you're able to find the probability here of at least 60 to 70% on both sides, so meaning that he has like a 72% probability to go over 200 pass yards and he has like a 75% probability to go under 280. When you find those, what you want to do is you want to be able to bet a unit on each side. Because what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to meet in the middle. All right, if he can get, like I said, from 200 to 280, you have about 80 yards of leeway there for him to be able to double your bet. Because now if he lands pretty much in that middle, you win both bets. Now, if he doesn't, and he ends up having, a terrible game, let's just say, and you only win one of those two bets, well, you get a little bit of your money back at least. You don't lose everything entirely. So you can't lose 2 units, all right? Can't lose all of your money with this strategy. Instead, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to get a probability for, like I said, a QB, running back, receivers, tight ends. You're trying to get them at their lowest number possible that has a high probability and their highest number possible for the under probability. You're being able to hit both, all right? If you hit both, you're going to be able to double your money. It's that simple. But the hard part of this strategy is finding the probability of that. So you need to be able to find the probability and have them match up, because what is not going to work is if you have, let's say Tua was 55% to go over 200 yards and then he was 52% to go under 280. That's not going to work. You need high probabilities on both ends to be able to make the strategy work. Now let's go ahead and run through another example here. Let's use a running back. Let's say Derrick Henry, for example. Let's say on one sports book, you have the alternate under for Derrick Henry at 120 rushing yards. Then at another sports book, you have the alternate over that you find at 60 or 70. So now what he needs to do is he needs to land in between that 60 to 70 range up to 120 yards for you to be able to hit both bets. Now, like I said, you can't just go off the rip and just do this with anybody. You can't. You got to be able to find the probability on both ends. Because if it doesn't work on both ends, then you're not going to be able to do it correctly. You need to be able to have the probability percentages to be at least 70% on both ends. So if you have 70% plus on both ends for the alternate under and the alternate over, then you have a great shot at being able to hit that double. Now, essentially, when I say double, I mean pretty much winning both your bets, because most likely the odds you're going to find on both of those are going to be probably minus 150 to maybe minus 200, minus 220 or whatnot. So you won't essentially exactly double your 2 units that you're putting down, but you will be able to hit double your bets. So you will be able to hit both of your bets. So remember this, when you are doing this correctly, as long as you have the right probabilities, the right percentages, and the right players, pretty much, you're going to be able to produce a double winner because you're trying to meet in the middle. Once you meet in the middle, then you can win both bets. And like I said, in the NFL, this works with your quarterbacks, your running backs, your receivers, and your tight ends. But make sure that you do it at different sports books, because most likely you're not going to be able to do it at the same sports book. But if you do have an option for a sports book that offers both alternate overs and alternate unders for player props, don't do it at the same sports book, because they don't like that, because it's almost like arbitrage betting and you will get banned and they will cut your account sooner or later. So make sure that you're doing this at multiple sports books. All right, so make sure there's an alternate over at one sports book and an alternate under at another, because that is the way that you are going to ensure that you don't get in trouble with the sports books. Because like I said, they don't want you winning two bets. They don't want you winning that at all. All right, they want you gambling. That's what they want you doing. So just remember that when you are going to use this NFL strategy, use two different sports books and make sure that the player prop probabilities line up correctly. They both need to be over 70% plus, because if they're not, you are not going to be able to make this strategy work. Now, if you guys want me to show you not just this strategy, but other strategies that I use and the processes that I put in place to be able to win at sports betting month in and month out, day in and day out, year in and year out, click the link down in the description. And I can teach you exactly how to identify the highest probability plays every single day across the board through all major sports. As always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.